I do think Lizzo does believe that she is, doing good, and I believe that a lot of people are taking good from what she's doing, but in close quarters with her on a daily basis, it tends to be very intense and very unforgiving. And so we had in our minds that if we weren't, down for anything, that we would then be ostracized later. It was this unspoken thing in the camp.
You all may know of Lizzo as the pop star who built her brand on body positivity. Well, this past week, her brand has done a complete 180. She's now getting accused of weight shaming, among a bunch of other serious charges, from harassment to hostile work environment from 3 of her former dancers. The lawsuit that was filed this week was by 3 of Lizzo's former dancers who go by Ariana, Noelle, and Crystal. And the suit extends its allegations to Lizzo's production company as well as Lizzo's dance team captain, Charlene Quigley. Among the claims outlined in the suit are accusations that Lizzo coerced dancers into unwelcome sexual situations, made remarks that were interpreted as indirect references to a dancer's weight gain, and subjected individuals to excruciating rehearsals that resulted in one of the dancers having an accident. If you guys haven't watched my video covering the situation in the last video, I'll be sure to link it down below so you guys can catch up with that. But Lizzo has now responded after the news was making rounds on social media, and I have to say her response was pretty quick. But her response is actually getting a lot of backlash, you guys, and people are just like, we're really seeing through this quote-unquote Notes app apology. In her statement, Lizzo pushed back against the dancers' claims. Through an Instagram post, Lizzo responded to these allegations, asserting that they are unbelievable and too outlandish to ignore. Additionally, we're learning that she actually retained the services of a Hollywood lawyer who goes by Marty Singer, and he's actually reportedly known as Hollywood's bulldog. He's worked with big-name celebrities like Jonah Hill, Kim Kardashian, and Chris Brown, and he's the one that is representing her in this legal matter. So she's lawyered up pretty quick, and she's lawyered up with someone who's pretty big in the industry. In her Instagram post, Lizzo wrote, "These last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. As an artist, I have always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards." She said, "Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain that people in the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight." She ended it off saying, "I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support to lift me up during this difficult time." And guys, her comment section is not looking good. Majority of the people aren't fond of her response, and they're saying things like they are seeing right through it. Somebody cancel her. She has no respect for other people. Notice how the only thing she pointed out was how she didn't body shame anyone, with this comment insinuating that she ignored the bunch of other serious allegations that were mentioned in the lawsuit. Didn't you do false imprisonment to some dancer because she recorded a meeting, deleted it the next day, didn't believe her by saying there's nothing you can do to make me believe you? You and the dance captain detained her in a room, took her phone, and went through all her files. You are a liar and a manipulator, and people fall for it. What I read. I'm going to ignore the sexual harassment claims because I'm sexually open, and therefore you have to accept what I make you do. I wouldn't shame or fire someone for gaining weight, but it shows poor work ethic from them, so I fire them for poor work ethic instead. Smoke, mirrors, and manipulation manipulation tactics on your end. I believe those girls. One person even said, "We won our toxic gossip train on flute apology." More people commenting on her statement saying when people release vague statements like this, instead of directly addressing and denying the accusations, you know they're guilty. Others commenting on how self-centered her statement sounded. "All I hear is me, 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 myself, I. You're self-centered as this ain't it. You're coming across as defensive and your wording absolutely makes you seem like you're trying to play victim. It also seems like you're somehow trying to justify your tyrannical behavior by saying that you have high expectations. Do better." I do also want to mention that a former director, Sophia Allison, also recently came forward speaking on her experience working with Lizzo in the past. And it's something that's adding on to the pile for Lizzo that's not looking good for her. Sophia Allison, who again was Lizzo's former director, claims that she quit Lizzo's documentary after witnessing her unkind behavior. She further clarified in a series of Instagram posts where she chimed in with everyone else who was also coming forward about their experience working with Lizzo and her company. "I usually do not comment on anything pop culture related, but in 2019 I traveled a bit with Lizzo to be the director of her documentary. I walked away after about 2 weeks. I was treated with such disrespect by her. I witnessed how arrogant, self-centered, and unkind she is. I was not protected and was thrown into a shitty situation with little support. My spirit said to run as fast as you can, and I'm so grateful I trusted my gut. I felt gaslit and was deeply hurt, but I've healed." Reading these reports made me realize how dangerous of a situation it was. This kind of abuse of power happens far too often. Much love and support to the dancers. She also said, "To be clear, since I've spoken now, I've had others privately share their very similar experiences, and I have also been affirmed by people who witnessed what I went through." Adding, "Lizzo creates an extremely toxic and hostile work environment and undermines the work, labor, and authority of other Black and brown women in the process. Notice how the documentary ended up being directed by a cis white man. She is a narcissist bully and built her brand off of lies. I was excited to support and protect a Black woman through the documentary process, but quickly learned her image and message was a curated facade. I stand with the dancers and anyone who has had similar experiences working with her and her team. These working conditions are not okay." Anyways, guys, this is the update with Lizzo and her statement and how people are reacting to what she had to say about the lawsuit. The legal matter is still obviously going on, so we'll see where things go as time passes, but I definitely want to know what you guys think about her statement in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.